Oh, did you see the email I sent Tilban about a meeting?
One second, I'll check. Meetings? Yesterday you sent?
I sent it yesterday. Yeah, I wanted to meet with you one-on-one on Friday. No, yours was on Monday at 2 p.m. after class.
Okay. 2 p.m. Today? Like,
No,
when?
next week Monday.
Monday, okay.
Yeah, are you okay to meet with me?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to mark you in. Alicia, I sent you an email as well to meet with me on Friday, but if you can't do Friday, we can do Monday from 2:30 to about 3:30. If not, Friday, Monday.
Friday is perfect.
Okay, Friday 1:30 to 2:30?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Mark it in your diary, please, or put it in your phone so you don't forget, because there's no class on Friday. So I'm just doing one-on-one.
Okay, so my one is starting at Monday 2 p.m. Right?
Yours is on Monday because I sent it out to Saba and Mufid for Friday. I only can do 3 on Friday and the rest during the rest of the week.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do one-on-one on your. I just need to complete a form with you, and I just need to go through a couple of things with you. So that's what it's all about. I sent you the form. I dropped it in your box.
Okay.
So have a look at it and complete it, and I'll go through it with you. Alrighty? Okay, so we're going to begin. Were you able to get in? Everything is okay as of yet?
Yeah.
Okay. So yesterday we went into the job bank, right? On the job bank .ca.gc.ca. Remember that one, the first one?
Yeah.
I want to walk you through it again to make sure you know that this tool is available to you and how it can assist you when you're looking for work. So let me have a look. Let me share a document. Find it here. Where is it? Here we go. Alrighty. So remember we were at this screen initially, and I know that you guys kind of just look through it. So I want to just walk you through this to see, make sure you understand how you can navigate this site and make it work for you. Okay, so under the job bank, you have find a job, use search, and all of these resume builder. If you want to write a resume, you can actually click into this. It will give you a template. So let's look at that. How you use your resume builder, step 1. You got to pick a template and you're going to complete the template, but it's going to help you along. It's going to fill in the blanks for you. It's going to give you words that you can use to write your resume. It's going to help you to customize your resume for a specific job. Okay? And then here it says do's and don'ts of writing a good resume. So let us look at that one. So it is helping you to say that your resume must be clearly, concisely, strategically presented and present with your qualifications to get the recruiter interested in meeting you. It conveys your skills, your work experience, and assets. Okay, that's your resume. Resume writing do's. Keep your resume clear and concise. Always proofread your resume. It is giving you the things that you need to know about your resume. Quantity or achievements, what you've achieved through work, using simple words and action verbs. And you need to include your volunteer work if you have done some volunteer work. It also tells you don't, what you should not do. So if you have an email like hotpants@gmail.com, that's totally inappropriate, right? So you cannot have that. Do not include personal information. Don't include a picture of yourself. I know in certain countries they use a picture. Don't use too many bullets on your resume. Personal pronouns. Do not simply list job responsibilities. So you need to make sentences. And when you're doing your resume writing, it will. Wendelin is going to take you through that, and she's going to help you as how you can write a really good resume. So the job bank is not just about finding a job. It is to help you to, first of all, to tell you where the jobs are, what the salaries are, how to prepare for the jobs, and what employers are looking for in a candidate. So here, and then you can look at jobs. Right here, you can look at the jobs. You can job search advice. What is it? I may have a question, but how do I answer that question? Go into job search advice. Okay? So these tools are here to help you. This is good for individuals who unsure of what they want to get into. For instance, a student, or if you're new to Canada and you need to change your profession, choose a career, fields of study, the quizzes we did yesterday, the job profiles, and skill checklists. So the skill checklist is, say that you want to be administrative assistant. It is going to tell you what are the skills that is required for that particular position, right? So it's very, very helpful. I think we did this yesterday, the career quizzes.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go to the analyst trend, the market trend. Occupations that are, up and about and growing, occupations that are in demand. What are the wages? We did that yesterday with Telban. What are the outlook, the prospects, and the news and report? That's under this one. Now, this is for employers. You want to post a job. You want to fill a position as an employer. You go here. Recruiting advice. You can go and have a look at this one. This is really very important. And so on and so forth. So I want to watch a video with you. And I think it's... where is my video? Where's my job? Let's browse some jobs here. So, Alicia, you were looking for what kind of work again? Customer service representative? No, you were getting into the nonprofit.
Medical, like close to the medical.
Medical, okay. So, nurse? Nope.
I don't think I'd be able to do nursing.
Okay, let me put a position in there that you're looking for. So here I'm doing a job search. Okay, this is where I go and I put job search. So let's type a position in there. It would be medical administrative assistant. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
And what's the location?
Toronto.
Toronto? And okay, we're going to do an advanced search, okay? So here we go. Let's do an advanced search. We don't want to do that. Okay, so here now, right here, you can see these jobs were posted the last 48 hours. So when you're looking for jobs, you will need to check this out. Because if it's been there over 30 days, you think the job is still there?
No.
Probably not. And also, it could have been there and it's not the greatest job. People are not going for it. And you don't want to be looking here. Okay? So I'm going to just ask you some questions, Alicia. Do you want day, morning, evening, weekend, shift, early morning, all of this? Did you see these on the side here? Employment conditions. So what is it that best fits with your lifestyle?
Right now would be night shift.
Night?
Yeah.
Here, this one here. Okay. Alrighty. Do you want flexible hours? Okay, language, English. Let's just do this one. And you want full-time or part-time? You see all of this? All of this is there to help you along. Full-time or part-time?
Full-time.
Full-time. You want permanent, term or contract, seasonal? What is it?
Permanent.
Permanent. Okay. Okay, so are you looking to make 20 to 39,000, 40 to 59,000? I will go with this one. Okay, let's do this one, okay?
100,000 is better.
I know, 100,000 is better. Yeah. Wow. It would be nice, right? So if you're going to be working at an admin assistant, you have to be in the office in a medical setting, right? So you can't work remotely. Okay. And this doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter with you, right?
No.
Government group. Okay. And that doesn't matter either. So we want Ontario. And okay, so what are the regions? So in Ontario, we have all these regions now. So where would you like to work?
Ottawa, maybe.
Ottawa?
Yeah.
All right, Ottawa. You don't want to work with a placement agency, do you?
No, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, okay. And it's health occupation, yeah, okay. Alrighty, okay, so let's find some jobs here now. So we go nursing coordinator, nurse's aide, admin, and okay. Oh, I thought I filled this out. Did I fill it out, admin? Oh my gosh, I have to do all of this all over again. We could not find any result key to match your position. Okay, so we're just going to put admin. Is that okay?
Okay.
Take that out. Administrative. Okay, so here are some jobs. Here are some jobs that posted September 7th. Did you see the date it was posted, which is that today?
Wow.
Yeah, these were posted today. But it's telling me to...
They pay 18 only for the restaurant manager.
You want me to go back? Okay.
No, like I'm surprised the salary.
Yeah, restaurant managers don't actually get all that much.
And so
Yeah, that's true. And they work a shift work, so if you want okay, so these were posted today. Why is it showing me hospitality? Oh. Okay. Let's browse. Okay, here we go. There we go. That's better. So now I just went and typed what I'm looking for and the location, and it gave me all these jobs. So there's one in Fredericton, there's one in Belleville, Ontario, there's one in Toronto here, $25 an hour. There's one in Mississauga, $26 an hour. Halifax, no. I don't know where that is, no. Mississauga, again, $18 an hour. There's nothing in Brampton, $26 an hour.
Brampton and Mississauga is close to me.
That's close to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so where was Brampton again? Alrighty, so I clicked on the job. So I can get more information about it. So you can see it is $26 an hour, 32 to 40 hours per week. It's a permanent employment, full-time, and it includes shift work, which is day, evening, and mornings. They have one vacancy here, so they need you to start as soon as possible. So your education level, they're looking for college, okay? You don't have to have experience. Experience is an asset, but it's not a must. So the responsibilities of this job are these tasks, okay? So it's right there for you to see, can I do this? Do I have the skills to do this? Do I have any barriers that prevented me to work from during, if it's a day shift or an evening shift or morning shift? Can I do that? So it tells you all the responsibilities of the position. It tells you that you're going to be supervising 3 to 4 people or 5 to 10 people. It's a fast-paced environment. You have to meet deadlines and you have to pay attention to details. Okay, and if you want to apply for this position, I'm going to hit apply. It is so on this website, they always have a cutoff date. So the date is October the 7th. Sorry, they're going to take it off the website on October the 7th. So you have to notice this part as well. So let's see how we can apply. So only apply to this job if you are a Canadian citizen or if you have a permanent resident or you have a valid work permit. So everyone can apply here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so we can.
We have to send an email, I think.
Thank you very much. You were reading with me. So, how to apply? You are going to you're going to attach your resume to an email addressed to authortransport.com. Okay. So when you open the link, let's open the link.
It's an email address.
Okay, it's I'm going to do that. Okay, so you're going to open the link, and you're going to, start off by saying something nice. Well, attach, please find my resume and cover letter. Or instead of saying that, you could say, please find my application. So you know how to write an email, right? We all know how to write emails. And you attach your resume and your cover letter and you hit send, and that's it. So a lot of people overlook the job bank. They find it that they say that it's not updated. It's not employers only use it because they can't. That's their last resort, but that's not true. A lot of employers do use the job bank. And this is how you can navigate through this. Alrighty, did this help? Was this helpful?
Yes.
Alrighty, good stuff. Okay. Alrighty, okay. So we're going to. I want you to take your time and just when you have some moment to yourself, navigate the site. And if you have any questions, just reach out to me. On the site, they also have some videos that you can watch as how you can work the site, okay? You can watch the videos if you're unsure as how to do it.
There's one thing I wanted to ask. When applying through the job bank, when you're setting up the email, I know it's obviously good to mention what position it is that you're applying for in the email itself, but should you also mention something along the lines of, hi, my name is, so-and-so. I saw your listing for this position on the job bank. Attached is my resume, or is it better to simply say, hi, I heard about this position. Attached is my application, and just not mention where it was that you found the listing?
Oh, no, you are absolutely right, Ash. You need to have a soft opening, which is a greeting in every email that you send out. Well, unless you're talking to your coworker, but is like you could say hello or dear hiring manager. You could even start it off by saying that. In reference to your position posted on the job bank, and you want to list the job posting number. It's right there on it. And
right,
you put the job posting number, and in bracket, you're going to put the position, administrative position.
Gotcha.
And please find my application for your review. I'd like to thank you in advance. But you are absolutely right. And in your communications, I'm not sure if you're going to be doing letter writing, but I can touch on how to do a proper email if you guys are would like to. But you are right. So you wouldn't just say enclosed, please find my resume. You'd have to do a soft and a greeting. In reference to the posting on the job bank, job ID number so-and-so, in bracket to the position, enclosed, please find my resume or my application for the position. Okay, you don't want to go into elaborate writing about who you are and what you have to offer in your email, right? Because that's going to be in your cover letter. When you apply, you're going to do your cover letter. And I think I am doing cover letter with you. Not sure, but if I'm not, then Gwendolyn will do cover letter. How to construct a cover letter and a proper resume. Okay? Okay, so I just wanted to walk you through this site and let you know that you can use it to see what the skill sets that positions have available, see what the salary range is. Also, you can check out other positions. Another thing that you can do when you've gotten the name of the company is to research the company. Because sometimes there are very small companies and you probably only have 2 people working there. And it will tell you, if you research the company, how many people are on staff. So it's really, really important that, before you apply for a position, just don't apply. Take some time to do a little bit of research about the job, the salary, the requirement, the responsibilities, the skill sets that are needed, and the company and where they're located, okay, before you send that application in. Alrighty, so that's for that one. We have someone new joining us, Galaxy S number 8. I'm sorry. And am I speaking
Good,
to you? We have 2 members joining us. I think is it Saba? Hello? Okay, it's muted. It has to unmute. Okay, is this Omalara? We're supposed to have 2 new participants joining this morning, Saba and Omalara.
Oh, she joined.
Oh, hello.
She muted her volume.
What's your name? Your audio is you're muted.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Omalara Labi.
Oh, Malara. Okay.
Yes, please.
Well, welcome.
Thank you, ma.
Would you like to say hello to the class?
Hello, everybody. Morning.
Hello.
Hi.
I am Lorna, and I'm facilitating the group for the next couple
All
of
right.
weeks.
Nice meeting you, Luna.
Same here too. And we're supposed to have Omalara, so you are just let me make sure that I. Okay, well, you didn't miss much yesterday. We just went through the job bank and
Okay.
how to navigate the site.
Okay.
And and I just finished going through the site as well. So not
Okay.
much, you didn't miss much. But what I can do, the 2 links that we did yesterday,
Okay.
I will put them in your Google Drive,
Okay.
and I'd like you to explore the site. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty, so let us continue with do you know how to upload files to your Google Drive?
Yes, please.
You do.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty, so I am going to take you through the what are we doing today, Ash? What's on the agenda for today?
Give me a moment, and I will pull up those documents again.
That's okay. I was just seeing if you're on top of things with me here.
Not quite as on top of things as I should be.
Okay, today we're going to do barriers to employment and overcoming some obstacles, right?
Okay.
Okay, barriers to employment. And let me find. So what I'd like you to do is to, hello?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have we all cut out, or we can still hear you
Yeah.
just fine?
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second. Can you see my screen?
No.
Yep, I can still see you.
Okay, I'm going to share. Can you see this?
No.
No, now it's just your camera.
Okay, I'm going to stop. What was I sharing before? I have a lot of things open on my desktop, so just bear with me. Let me share. Okay, so I'd like you all to go to your Google Drive and look at the handouts that I sent. And we're going to explore those together. And the first one I sent was I have an attitude. So today we're going to talk about what are some of the barriers that that we experience when we're looking for work. It could be work experience. It could be languages. It could be your communication skills. It could be your attitude, right?
Yeah.
Right. Alrighty. So before you even start to figure out your barriers, we need to have a what kind of attitude? A positive attitude, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to go through a couple of these with you. We won't stay long on it, and then we're going to hit the class. You need to feel good about yourself. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yes.
So you must always have a positive attitude, and all the points that follow are the ways of helping you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
Do we always do that? Feel good about ourselves?
No.
No. No. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling today? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, 9. Maybe a 9.
I'm feeling good, yeah.
And Alicia said she's at 9?
Yeah.
Alicia? Oh, that's awesome. How about you, Taliban?
7.
At 7. And Ash?
Yeah, probably about a 7 as well.
Okay, well, that's not below 5. So that's awesome. Okay. So you need to talk positively about yourself and your abilities. So when we talk about abilities, what are we talking about?
Abilities.
Yeah, ability.
Skills.
Yeah. But some of this, what are skills anyway?
Like something you can do best, like than others, or
Yeah, absolutely. So would you say cooking is a skill?
yeah,
Absolutely. Using the computer, is that a skill?
yes,
Yes.
Yes, it is. Carrying out a task at work, maybe an accounting task, is that a skill?
yes,
Is nurturing a skill? Can you, Lisha?
That's not me. It's not me.
You need to turn off
Not
your.
me.
Oh, it's not you. Okay. Omalara, can you mute?
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, so when we say your abilities, we're not just talking about the hard skills. I'm talking about the soft skills as well, like nurturing. You love to take care of children. You love your family. You can, sit and read to your daughter or your son. Those are good traits that we have. And sometimes in life, we do not have hard skills, a lot of, learned skills from a college or school, but we have these abilities that they're ingrained in us from birth. like how to nurture your children, how to tend to a garden. Those are skills and abilities too. Okay, so don't you ever think that you don't have, any skills or abilities. Okay, so believe about what you believe about yourself is a foundation for all your future actions. Make sense? Okay. So the next one is to take charge. So to take charge, you accept responsibility for your life and your job search. Do not expect someone else to do this for you. It is not up to your mother or your other partners or whomever to find a job for you. So you have to be responsible for your own job search. And we're going to talk further into another workshop that's called job search. Okay? We need to let go of regrets about the past. So instead of blaming yourself and consistently rehashing the past mistakes, take the opportunity to learn from the past. So, and how do we grow in life, Ash?
Sorry, could you repeat that? My audio cut out just there.
How do we grow? So they say, let go of regrets about the past. So how do we grow? We grow by learning from
from learning from our mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. So build on the past experiences to improve yourself and your abilities. Okay, here's a big one. You know how we sit down, we wake up every morning and we say to ourselves, oh my gosh, I can't find a job. Oh my gosh, I need to, I need to learn a skill or I need to do something. Stop worrying about the future while you want to live, and while you don't want to live in the past, you also don't want to live in the future. So what are you going to live for? Today. Okay? Live for today. Worrying is a habit, and you can change the habit if you really try. And it can be difficult too, because a lot of us procrastinate. A lot of us are stressed out. A lot of us worry about the what if. What if I'm not good enough? What if I'm not accepted for this position? You have no control over that at all, okay? You really don't. You need to stop worrying about the what if and focus on your hopes and dreams rather than your fears. There you go. Okay, the next one is flatter yourself. Okay, so it says job search is no time to be humble. Read every complimentary thing about yourself that you can find. Do you guys do like a gratitude journal?
No.
It's a good thing to do. It's a really good thing to do. Today I'm grateful because I woke up and I'm not in any pain. I'm unable to have breakfast this morning. So we need to be grateful. I'm grateful for newcomers coming to Canada. I am grateful to be in Canada today, right? Other than saying, I am here, I cannot find a job, I have no money, and I need to better my life, right? We need, I know it's all these negative thoughts are always in our heads, right? So we really need to stay focused about, what is it you want out of life and what are the goals you want to achieve and how do you achieve those goals and what are the steps you need to take to achieve those goals. Because reaching a goal, you need to have steps, right? Each step. Okay. And she's saying here, start each day on a positive note, upbeat. Sorry about that. Start each day on a positive, upbeat note. Right? Yeah. I can do this. The day is great. We're in a class that is going to assist me with job search skills, how to identify my skills, how to write a proper resume, how to do a winning interview. So think positive about the day, okay? It says get physical. Do we stay physical? Do you guys exercise?
That's a little.
Once in a while? Hey, that's better than none. That's better than none at all, right? And I know this one is very hard, is to have a proper meals every day, because I don't do that, and a lot of us don't do that. Eat a balanced,
Yes.
right? We don't. But we really need to try, and we need to get enough sleep. Did everyone have a good sleep last night?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
Yep.
Awesome. Another thing you need to do when you're job searching, and this is very important, is to make a schedule and stick to it. And we have some tools that I'm going to hand out to you later on as how you can make a schedule and stick to it. So today your schedule was to log into Zoom and be with me for the next couple of hours,
Mhm.
right? And we're going to go
Yes.
through a couple of things. Right. Keep up your appearances. So when you look good, do you feel good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you do. So, for class, you don't need to wear a suit and a tie, but maybe brush your hair, put on, a nice top, because we only see the top. And, put on some makeup if you wear makeup. Look good, feel good. Okay, don't lie around the house in old sweatpants and pizza boxes thrown all over the floor. We do that, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so don't do it's if you want to feel good about yourself, you need to do these things, okay?
Yeah.
Your appearances. It takes a team effort sometimes to find a job, especially if you're in need of some help in job search. So even if the team is only 2 people, it could be you and your partner, you and your daughter, you and your counselor or your caseworker. It could be more than one person, but it's good to have a team to help you to find a position. So here we go. I mean, Ash said he was at 7, Telegram said he was at 7, and someone said they were at 9, which is Alicia.
Yeah.
Accept your cycles. It is unrealistic to think that you will be 100% positive forever or every day.
It's not possible.
No, not possible at all. Okay?
Yes.
For me, sometimes when I'm down and things are just not going the right way, I always say to myself, why am I doing this to myself? I cannot change this. I really can't change it. Right? So you need to say, I'm okay, I can be sad for a good 30 minutes, or I feel stressed out or depressed, but I'm not going to stay here because it's not going to do me any good.
Yes.
It's certainly not going to do me any good. So I'm going to get out of this mood and I'm going to go into a positive mode and try something else. Try just, to make this work for me. A good way that I do things also is to make a list of some of the things that cause that effect. Like, where did I go wrong here for me to be feeling this way? So make a list and go back to your list and say, oh, I should have done this differently. Right? I could have done it this way or that way. And when you can identify some of the mistakes, honestly, guys, it makes you feel better. It does make you feel better right away. Oh, I did this wrong because, I should have done it that way. Alrighty, so accept the cycles. That's when you're down. Join a professional group. Yesterday we talked a little bit about LinkedIn. That's a professional group, by the way. It's important that when you're job searching, you get on LinkedIn and join up with Alicia wants to be an administrative assistant in the medical field. There will be such group on LinkedIn. You can join that group. Okay?
Yeah.
So that you can join a group and stay positive, because when you're with a group, there won't be everybody down that's down and stressed out. There will be some people that are in a positive mood. So join up on, stay in touch with people when you're job searching. Okay, keep growing. Learn continuously. Take a class, attend conferences, workshops, seminars. You're doing that right now. You're taking a workshop. Alrighty, so here's a big one. Don't take rejections personally. Have you ever applied for a job and you got rejected?
Yeah, hundreds of them.
Oh yeah, a bunch of times.
Okay, you want to share your experience, how you felt when you got that call or, I guess, email?
I mean, most of the time you never even hear back. You just send out the resume and then just don't get anything back. Honestly, I
10,000
haven't
hope
actually
or
felt.
something.
Yeah, I haven't actually felt that bad about it the few times I have gotten a response back. If anything, I'm actually like, oh, hey, they took the time to tell me I didn't get the position. That's nice.
Okay. Okay, well, that's a great way to look at it, Ash. That's absolutely a great way to look at it, because not many people think like you. They would be, oh my God, I got another rejection. I'm no good. I better give up. I'm going to stop applying for positions because I'm not good at this. Okay, so don't take it personally. It is just a process. That's all it is. Okay, it is not attacking your abilities or your character. Or you can see it as an opportunity to grow and learn more about yourself. Okay?
Okay.
A lot of us take it personally. And order now, don't delay. Procrastination is a sure way to lower your self-esteem. Are we guilty of this one?
Yeah, a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
Yes. We wait and we wait and we wait.
And wait.
What are we waiting for?
One
And at the end of the day, nothing is done.
That's right. Alicia, what are you saying?
Sometimes I wait for when I have more time, but
It's
I'm
actually
more.
prioritizing the thing. Like we have some other things and we don't know which one to do first.
Okay, so if you have many things to do and you're not sure which one to do first, then you need to prioritize which is the most important thing that you need to get done. Very important. Because if you don't prioritize your tasks that you need to get done, then it's all in your head and you're going to be at a loss. So prioritize, okay? And Alicia, you were saying, sorry, you got cut off there.
Well, the reason I procrastinate, I always put it off for another time, and that time never comes.
You're waiting for a better time, right?
Yeah.
And what is a better time for you? What are the, I should say, what is it that you look for a better time? How do you define a better time?
Time when I'm more free and don't have anything to do, but that's never. It just keeps getting put off.
Exactly. So have you learned anything there?
Yeah. Procrastinating.
Yes. Don't procrastinate. Okay. Because waiting is not the answer, right?
Yeah, it's not the answer.
Attitude is contagious. surround yourself with supportive and positive people at all times, if you can. Sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do this one because, depends on your situation. But if you can, surround yourself with some people that are make you happy, okay?
Yeah. Be alone.
And you get along, yes. Absolutely.
Because if we try that, it's gonna be not very possible.
Yeah, right. That's true. Okay. Okay, so reward yourself. Make sure you take time to relax after a day of job hunting. Excuse me. Read a book. Go for a walk.
Right. It's going to be 11.
Someone. Okay, so that's the end of this one. This is about having a positive attitude, feeling good about yourself, knowing what you can do and what you're good at, taking charge and accept responsibility for who you are and your job search. Don't dwell in the past. Stop worrying about the future because you don't know what it holds.
Thank you.
What is the other one? Be upbeat and surround yourself with positive people. Okay, so that's that one there. I think the other handout is is that the second one on your list that I sent you? How to explain that?
The second one
Okay,
is how to explain.
How to okay.
Do you mind if I sit in here? Thank you.
Okay, if you're not speaking, can you put your mic on mute, please? Thank you. Alrighty, so we're going to talk about barriers to employment. Okay, and before I get into this, we're going to watch a presentation. So before I do this, I'm going to let's watch the presentation. Okay. Barriers to employment. We all have them, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. So here are some of the barriers that we have to employment. What are they? So we have personal barriers, which are, I'm going to explain down as we go through the workshop. Environmental barriers, social barriers, and systemic barriers. These are the most common barriers to employment for your group. Okay, so let's explore each one. What are some of the personal barriers? Personal barriers relate to the factors that they are personal to the person, the sender and receiver.
You are reading the second one, the how to explain.
Oh, okay. What is your screen showing?
Have an attitude.
Have an attitude.
Attitude?
Yeah.
Yes, have an attitude.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to stop sharing then, and let me stop sharing. There we go.
Okay.
So today we're going to talk about barriers to employment. Some of the barriers that we are facing with regards to, finding a job, keeping a job, and there could be some other factors involved here, which are some personal barriers. And barriers to employment are personal barriers, environmental barriers, social barriers, systemic barriers. And I'm going to explore each one of these barriers so you totally get an understanding of what they mean. Okay, so personal barriers. These are relate to the factors that they are personal to the sender and receiver and act as an hindrance in the communication process. These factors include the life experiences, emotions, attitudes, behaviors that hinders the ability of a person to communicate. So, personal barriers could be language, communicating in a different, like in Canada, we communicate in English. If you're from a different country and your language is, your mother tongue is different, and you have not grasped the English language, it could be a personal barrier for you to communicate in the workplace. Right? There is one right there. That's a personal barrier. Also, there include life experiences, emotions, attitudes. How do we behave in the workplace? For instance, in China, being silent is considered acceptable. In Canada, that's a workplace barrier because if we're asking a question, we need you to respond to the question. And people from that part of the world, they keep very quiet. They do not respond when asked questions because they're in their environment, work environment, they are saying that it is not respectable to enter back. So that's another barrier that that people from that country faces. Just to give an example. Okay? So here let's look at some other barriers. The most common personal barriers are selective attention, lack of listening skills, common personal barriers, which I just did. And this is a part of the common personal barriers is the mother, and these are the branches. Or this is a tree, and these are the branches. So selective attention, lack of listening skills, your vocabulary is not up to par, or you're not able to communicate, and lack of knowledge. Okay? So let's look at some of them. So let's talk about listening skills. Yesterday we talked about listening skills, and it could be that I would say to you, are you listening to me? And you would say, yes, I am listening to you, but only listen with the ears, and you're not applying it to the mind. So you're not really hearing a word I'm saying. Often the receiver listens what he wants to listen and give no attention to the other aspects of the information, thereby acting as an hindrance to the effective communication. Can you give me an example of lack of listening skills?
This is one of them.
Oh, so for instance, what should I say? I asked a question and you were not listening to what I asked, but you answered the question. Right? Lack of listen, so you're not able to listen to what I was saying because you were distracted. You're thinking of something else. Your mind is not there.
I mean, if you still somehow manage to answer the question, then weren't you listening at least somewhat at that point?
You were listening somewhat, but it could be so. It could be. I would say so. What do you think of what is good? What is it to have good listening skills? And you may just answer, but not really. You didn't listen to the question earlier. What is it to have good listening skills? You may say, I have good listening skills, but what is it? But I do get you, Ash, what you're saying. You could answer, but really not listening, right? So how do you answer the question, Ash, if you weren't listening?
Sorry, I wasn't listening. No, I'm sorry, that was a joke. That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I guess at that point you take the best you can do if someone asks you a question and you weren't listening is just rely on context cues, whatever words you did happen to catch, and hope you're right.
Oh my gosh.
But either way, yeah, it's a terrible idea. You should always be actually paying attention to whatever someone's asking you.
Absolutely. Okay, so lack of listening skills is a barrier to employment. And you have to develop good listening skills in the workplace. Am I correct, Ash? You've been out there, you know what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it varies from field to field. Some jobs require better listening skills than others, but it's always a good idea to have them.
Absolutely. Do you think you all have good listening skills?
No.
No?
No. Sometimes I zone out.
You zone out. Okay, so can I give you a little bit of advice?
Yeah.
If someone is speaking, and people sometimes talk a lot, and you're not interested in what you're saying, but it's important that you listen, you can actually look for the message, the key message in the delivery of what they're saying. So say that I am talking all day and you weren't listening to me, but look for something that grabs your attention. What is the key message here? What is she trying to say to me? Because that will be your takeaway. Because listening skills is that you have to develop that. You have to develop how to have good listening skills. We get distracted a lot of times. But if the person is saying something to you, try to figure out what is the message they're trying to convey. What is the message here? Because sometimes people do talk a lot and they go around and around, but you have to figure out what is the message they're trying to deliver. What is it, the key thing they're trying to say to you? Okay, so I try to do that. What is this person trying to say to me? So this is what they're trying to say, because our mind does wander, right? Okay, so try when you listening to not just listen with your ears, but apply it to your mind. Think about what the person is saying. May not for the entire message, but do think about it. Okay, so you can interact with that individually. Selective attention. We're all guilty of this one. Am I correct? Selective attention. We ignore everything but what's important to us. So you're in, for instance, here's an example. You're in a meeting, a group meeting, and it's your department, but you handle finance. The other person will be handling another thing, and they all come together. But your work all ties into the same department, but you just want to hear about finance. You do not want to hear about the engineering part. You do not want to hear about the architect. You do not want to hear about anything else. You just want to hear about finance. That is selective hearing. Although it applies to you because you're in a department that is a combination of all these skills. See? So you need to listen and not just being selective. Lack of knowledge. Okay, so this is another barrier to that we have. You don't have knowledge in everything. Also, the communication process suffers if the sender and receiver has less knowledge about the subject matter. For instance, I'm talking to you about a subject. You're never heard of it. Would that be a barrier? Yes?
Yes, lots of knowledge.
Yeah. And
Yes.
how would you overcome that? Omalara,
Yes, please.
how would you overcome that?
By trying to pay attention or get into the.
You pay attention, yeah?
Yes.
You're listening, but you don't understand because you have no knowledge of the subject matter.
You get more into it. Maybe you do a research on the particular topic.
Do research. Very
Yes.
good. Anything else? But thank you, Omalara. Anything else we could do? Lack of knowledge?
You could always ask questions about it. I mean, if it felt appropriate at the time, but
Absolutely. That's what I want to hear. Yes. Yes. Ask questions. Can you elaborate, please?
Okay.
Don't just give up and say, "Oh, I don't know anything about that. I'm going to, I'm not that smart. I am not going to go there." But by the way, would you be able to elaborate on that so I can fully understand what you're saying? Okay? So that a lot of people do exactly what Omalara said, to do the research. They don't say anything. But if you ask questions, clarifying questions, can you explain that to me? And how does this work? And how does it all come together? Right, Ash?
yep, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so this part is this is also, okay. It's your break time, but I'm just going to finish off this last one. Communication arises when the sender uses some words which are difficult for the receiver to comprehend correctly. We're all about that, right? For instance, Delban, you're from a different country, your language is your mother tongue is different, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be a problem, but I think your English is pretty good and your comprehension is pretty good. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, but that can happen when you're communicating. So listening skills, selective attention, lack of knowledge, lack of vocabulary is also some of the issues we have with some barriers when we are communicating. Okay, so I'm going to give you your 15-minute break. We'll be back at 11:30.
Okay.
Let's see. Set an alarm at 11:30 a.m.
I set your alarm for 11:30 a.m.
Your mic is muted.
Okay. Alrighty, so we shall continue. Some of the barriers that we face, these are barriers to employment. So we talked about lack of listening skills and how we need to develop good listening skills. Now we're going to talk about environmental barriers, okay? And when we say environmental barriers, it's really what it is limitation or prevent a person with a disability from fully participating in social, occupational, and recreational activities, such as for wheelchair user, environmental barriers may include some stairs, narrow doorways, heavy doors, or high countertops. Environmental barriers not only relate to disability, but also to the people who you work with, and your surrounding. So this one I won't get too much into with. So people. There was a time in I would say about 8 years ago, when people, or I should say, employers were not accepting individuals who may have who are wheelchair bound or any such of disability. But now there is a law that prevents that. So anyone who has some challenges, the employers must make accommodation for them. They must make accommodation. For instance, in the hotels, in the front desk, they used to have the check-in counters really high, right? And people that use individuals with wheelchair were not able to work in that capacity because they were not able to move, at least reach the height. They can't stand up. And they were denied positions, and these were ideal positions for them, because for that position you would sit at the front desk and check people in, check people out. So now the government went in and said, nope, you have to lower the counters to accommodate wheelchair users. And so some of these barriers have been removed, by the way, that prevent anyone that is physically challenged to get full employment. So I'm not going to elaborate too much about this because the government has stepped in to work with employers and to help them to accommodate anyone who may have some kind of disability. Okay, so we won't elaborate too much about that. Let us look at social barriers, because this could be a big one that we may have. For instance, I am not going to apply to that job because my English is not great, or I am a brown-skinned person, or I just don't fit in. I don't feel as if I fit in. So those are social barriers. Social barriers is inequalities. That's what it is. In gender, your race, your religion, your status, between individuals or group that prevent them from achieving or accomplishing their goals, or denying their opportunity to access resources and to advance their interest. Do you see a lot of this around you in your everyday life?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Can you elaborate? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
For example, like if you see a certain workplaces, I don't think it's like mixed or like anything. Like they only allow hire certain race people or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So they only, or you, just a moment, Alicia. So you're saying, Talban, that they only hire a certain race?
Yeah.
Oh. So they discriminate about a person's skin color or their racial background?
I think maybe, I don't know, yeah, something, but I see that in a lot of workplaces.
Okay. Would that hinder you from applying for a position?
I don't like, I can find other places, but I think that's one of the social barriers
Social
for people.
barrier. Yeah, great. That's definitely one of them. And Alicia, you were saying, thank you, Telben, you were saying?
Yes, for me, religion, being Seventh Day, it's hard for me finding a job, so it actually discourages me sometimes, especially with the restaurant jobs because they need you more on the weekend, and I can't be there.
You can't, right, you're Adventist, right?
Yes,
So you cannot work on Saturdays, correct?
yes.
Okay, well, yes, definitely that's a big one. I've known quite a few Adventists myself, and they do have that issue where they're requested to work on the weekends and they just can't work on Saturday. So you just have to find a job that doesn't involve Saturday and Sunday, right? So that is definitely a barrier. Religion, your religious belief is definitely can be a barrier. And how do you overcome that? You just have to find a position, right? Like your administrative job you're looking at, that can definitely does not work. They don't work on weekends.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's definitely one of them. Okay, thanks for sharing. What about gender? Would you think a person, so for instance, I am applying for a mechanic job. I'm a female.
You're less likely to get it.
I'm not going to get it, am I?
Yeah,
No.
they prefer males more.
Exactly.
You might get it. My aunt is a mechanic, but she's definitely faced a lot of snide remarks for it, regardless.
And how do they treat her, Ash? Is she
Her
equally?
coworkers treat her fine. It's really more the clients who tend to be the problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, generally.
Okay, so there's a gender issue right there, right? What about health? Can we look at health?
Yeah.
For instance, yeah, if you have a health issue like
If you're not very fit or something, most of the like some jobs don't even consider.
definitely, okay. What about the socio-economic status?
Yeah, I think for higher level jobs they look for that.
Okay. And I don't know if you're from India, but in some parts of India, but correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But I believe they'll do a lot of this socio-economic status.
In back home, this is the thing. Yeah, if
am I correct?
Yeah,
Yeah. Which is so
poor
unfair.
people get nothing. Yeah.
Poor people get, thank you. You said it right. You said it right. Poor people are not looked on as being educated or able to manage the position, right? Yeah. So yeah, I know that particular country has that issue right there. In Canada, do we think we are faced with this barrier?
I think still we have it here as like politician and everything. It's only rich people.
But because we are a country of equality, right? It's hard for employers to come out outright and do this, or anyway, make the person feel that way, because if they do, they can be taken to court. They can be taken to the labor relations department, and they can be either lose their license, get closed down, or get reprimanded. So this part here in Canada, we don't have a lot of it. We have the gender and all the others, but not so much of this because it's a law that no matter what status you are, they cannot deny you employment. Okay? Because if they do, and if you feel that you've gone for an interview and you was discriminated against because of that, then you can definitely take the employer to court. Not telling you to do that, okay? I'm just saying that I'm saying that there is that avenue that you can pursue. Okay, so that's that one, social barriers. Now, so you have a feeling of what we talk, some of the barriers to employment, listening skills, environmental barriers, social barriers, and what is this one here? Systemic barriers. Okay, systemic barriers covers a huge sector, okay? And that could include policies, practices, or procedure that result in some people receiving unequal access or being denied or excluded. So systemic barrier could be, Ash, can you give me an example? Because I do have one, but let's hear what you have to say.
Sure. Give me a second while I think up one. I mean, well, there's a bunch of them, disability, but we've already talked about that when we talked about physical barriers, although it's still an example here, even in systemic, just in a different way. Yeah, the issue with the systemic barriers is that a lot of them kind of overlap. Like social barriers can also, a systemic barrier can apply to something like having a car, but you can't afford a car because you don't have enough money. But that can also then reapply to social barriers as well.
Right.
So I guess my issue is I'm having a hard time coming up with an example that would be just a systemic barrier.
Okay, well, that's pretty good, but thank you for sharing. Anyone else can think of a systemic barrier? Just one?
Yeah, the driver
Make
license is
case?
a big thing.
Driver's license is a
yeah,
big thing, yeah.
there are a lot of jobs we don't even need that, but they require.
Okay, that's, I have one, and I'm going to be very open. And okay, so a systemic barrier could be, as I said, it's a broad, huge bucket. Okay, and one of them is, for instance, Black youth. You would say that, right? You're shaking your head. Yes, I know. If there is, everyone may see a Black youth and they may go, he doesn't go to school. He's not educated. He's just another guy. And that's been there. That's a systemic barrier right there. It's a group of people that they look at and say, oh, because you belong to this group, you are this. So there's a barrier for employment for youth right there. Okay, that's just to give you an example of outside of the box of, the disability and the driver's license and other things. It could be also based on, a group that you belong to, the way you look, and other things, okay? Could be a lot of other things. But that's exactly what it is. And there are disabilities, such as requiring a job applicant to have driver's license, even though there are ways to recognize a job to use other form of transportation. Okay, so that's one of the systemic barriers that we may have, but it's a huge scale. It's massive. And I could give you many examples, and I'll be here all day because I am totally against it. So I won't go down that road. Okay, let's have a look at some other barriers that we may have. Systemic barrier is accreditation of skills. You do not have Canadian experience. So, because you don't have Canadian experience, I'm sorry, we cannot afford to give you this position. Okay? Well, lack of Canadian basic training and upgrading opportunities. So here's a big one too. Many of your training, your school, and other education that you have received is not recognized here. And I believe that you guys know that, right? Is not recognized here.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you have to get your accreditation assessed through WES and or another organization, and then the employer will say, "Oh yes, you can do the job because it's equivalent to a grade 12 here, or 2 years of college, or a university degree." But that's another social barrier right there. Okay, systemic barrier right there. Here's another one. A lot of people leave their country because they had to flee, and so they weren't able to bring any documentation. And the other one is lack of Canadian experience. Okay, that's just a few. These are just examples. So another one is lack of knowledge of Canadian law, bylaws, and regulations. So, for instance, the internationally trained professionals and skilled trade workers from other parts of the world do not know Canadian standards required for their profession. And so for instance, an engineer from India comes here and they want to apply for an engineering position. But would they get the job?
No.
No. So right there is a systemic discrimination right there. So, however, the government is currently, and this is new, where they're looking to reduce all of the paperwork for internationally trained professionals to be able to get their assessment done in a shorter time. Usually you have to wait for a year or two, but now they're actually trying to do it less than a year. So you can get that accreditation and get your job. You can get to start looking for work once you get that. Okay, lack of English proficiency. Sorry about that. My English is going here. This is the main barrier to employment for many immigrants. It prevents many professionals from getting a job where they can utilize their expertise. I agree with that. If English is not your first language, you can get your benchmark assessed here with Achieve, yes?
What is that?
You don't need it, Alicia.
Oh.
Because your English is your first language, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So for it will be from Taliban here. He could do that. Go and get an assessment, and get your ESL training, and get your benchmark up. The acceptable level for the benchmark would be 8. I am not sure where you are. Where are you, Taliban?
I don't know. I have to assess.
Oh, you haven't done it?
Yes, sir. No. I did in the beginning. Yeah, like in the beginning, I was like, I didn't know anything. I started from the 2 or 3.
Okay, so you should, because some employers may ask you for it.
Okay.
you should get it done, and a chief can get that done for you. You don't have to go anywhere. Just when you finish with the program, you can say, you know what, I like to get my my English skills assessed, and they will do that for you, and it's free. There's no charge.
Okay.
I've done that myself. I've taken the test.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
What's your benchmark?
I think it's 6.
Okay, well, that's good. That's good. That's good. But 8 would be a better one. Yeah, 8 would be good. Okay, so lack of English skills is another barrier to employment. Okay, another barrier is lack of local network in skills. This is a big one, and we're going to explore this in the workshop, how to network with employers, association, your peers. What is networking? Networking is really essential for your job search. A lot of people do not know about the hidden job market. When we say the hidden job market, what are we talking about?
There are some people hiring, but only the people who work there knows better.
You're on top of everything, aren't you? That's great. Yeah, that's what it is. Did you know that 80% or 85%, if my memory serves me right, of positions that becomes available is not advertised, is not put on the internet, on job sites? Did you guys know that?
No.
Yep, 85%. And the only way you're going to know about this is through the hidden job market. And we're going to explore that later on in a class. What it is, how to tap into it. What are the tools you need to have to tap into it, okay? So, so lack of the networking skills, that's another big barrier. Another barrier is training. Most immigrant clients are unaware of or unable to access training opportunities. And he says, for others, the concept of an adult going to school or changing careers in midlife is culturally unacceptable. Do you guys agree with this one?
Yes. Yes.
So true, right? So you don't want to be the only adult in a group of class, in a group of, I would say, high school student. Am I correct?
That's right.
So you don't bother to go.
Yeah.
True. So did you, everyone here has their high school diploma?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If you don't have your high school diploma, you can take what is called a GED. Did you know that? General Educational Diploma?
I heard about it. Yeah.
Okay, and that is an adult classroom, by the way. There are no children there, no young people there. These are all adults, like middle-aged, young, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. They're all taking their GED. And it's offered by the lots and lots of nonprofit organizations. Seneca College has one. It's a very good one, by the way. I have sent quite a few people there. And they do weekends and they do evening classes. And it's a good program. So if you don't have your high school diploma and you would like to get one, you can take evening classes at any of these colleges free of cost and get your GED. Okay, so they can say you don't have any education, your lack of, or changing careers. Also for going to school, I don't have a problem. If I were, say that I wanted to find a job and I want to do marketing as an adult, right? Would you sign up to go to, they say, George Brown, Ash?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you feel anyway like outcast? Like
No, not really. I mean,
no.
it hasn't. I remember it's already been a while since I was last in university, but I don't remember it really being all that odd of a sensation. There were plenty of other adult students even back then.
Exactly. So I'm telling you that joining a college program, you don't feel left out. You don't feel as if you're the only adult there, because there are many adults like Ash and myself and others that are there. Okay? So if you see a program that you'd like to go after, if you are thinking of changing your career, don't feel as if you're going to be left out. That's not true. There's lots of us, like, in our 40s, 50s, 60s that are there. Okay, so I want to let you know that. Don't let that, don't shy away from joining up. Okay? But that's